Welcome back. It's still Entertainment Review live on Metro Television. We've had the first discussion, and our next discussion is going to be interesting. Our guest is multilingual. He's a singer, songwriter, music producer, and he is eminent for his live performance, his authenticity, and also versatility. Our guest, or our second guest, is Wolasi. Wolasi. Hi.
Hi.
It's my first time I'm meeting you.
First time meeting you too.
Me to have you.
I didn't go to him,
Okay.
but the
Saw him from afar.
yeah, it was this craft, this art thing at the Silver Bear Cinemas.
Oh, okay.
The guy with a lot of I forget the guy himself.
Lots of Afro.
Kwame Akoto Banfo.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
okay,
this event
okay.
here. You
Yes,
were there.
yes, yes.
I saw you from afar.
Yes.
But you're welcome.
He's a friend. Thank you.
Welcome to our table of life.
Thank you. It's a huge table.
Yeah, that's our table.
Yeah,
of
it's
life.
like, what's happening? It's nice.
But then it's good to have you.
Thank you, it's good.
Just
Thank you.
spoke about. I know you love art, you love
Yes.
music, you love so many things. But
Yes.
then one thing I realized about you, which you love and you are so good at, is your lyric skills.
Yes, please.
The lyric skills is always refreshing, inspiring, very creative. Whenever you are trying to put out a song, what are the biggest things or you expect people to take out from your lyrics and even your music in general?
How I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I need to express how I'm feeling properly. Art is about expression. Any form of art is about expression.
Yeah.
And so I have to make sure that when I'm done writing and done, composing,
Mm-hmm.
whoever it is listening is going to understand exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
Even more or less, but there has to be like an understanding between you and I. So if you can't communicate with me via musically, then you can communicate with me through the lyrics.
True.
Yeah.
Okay. We will touch a bit on the album and also the program that we are supposed to expect on.
Yep.
I think
The 9th
it's
or
on
the
the
7th
9th
of
of
December,
December.
yes.
I want to know one particular thing, the story that you are meaning to tell that day, just in case you give us something a little. But then let's talk about language.
Yes.
Singing in different language. Well, I see personally, do you believe singing or language should be a problem for an artist? Should it be a barrier? Because you are multilingual, you can sing in so many languages, especially, and even you use your native language.
Yes.
That's the Ewe.
Yes.
And especially on the album.
Yes.
I think song number 2 is amazing. Wezo.
Wezo.
But it's in Ewe.
Yeah, and
I
of
love
course,
it, but
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
understand it.
Yeah.
But then personally, looking global, should language be a barrier for an artist?
I don't think it should be a barrier. As a creative, you need to challenge yourself. I don't really speak Ga that much, but I love the language, and so sometimes I try to speak Ga. And then the band that helped me with the album, they are all Ga. So
Okay.
like I learn from them once in a while. So I don't think. I mean, perfect example is Odeyu, Odeyu, Odeyu. We are all singing it here.
Yeah.
And Nigerians are singing it too.
True.
And then half of the song is Odeyu.
Yeah.
And it's not his language, but it's doing well. So I don't think language should be a barrier. Yeah.
So we shouldn't really necessarily say that we are trying to tap into the international market, the Western market. Tree should be a problem for us. Ever should be a problem for us.
If the song is good,
The language should
yeah, if
matter.
the song is good and then the marketing too is, let's not forget the business side of music
Yeah.
as well. If the marketers and then the band or the team behind the music or the musician is also good, then it shouldn't be a problem. Yeah.
Well, do you have issues with yourself sometimes when it comes to your creative abilities? Like, because you look, or your music speaks for itself also, that you're a very creative person. You've got lots of things going on with you. So certain times you want to do just this.
Sometimes I want to do
You
that.
change it to something. Is that a problem for you? Or that's what's unique about you?
I won't call it a problem. I'll call it an adventure. 1, 2. I'll call it an excitement. You know, when you repeat the same. Water self. If water dey one place, chair they sport. If you are doing the same thing all the time as a creative, to me personally, I don't want to be like an H&M, like, always repeating the same thing.
Yeah.
You wear it 3 days, it's sports. You do the same thing again. It's just once in a while you need to do something just to challenge yourself for no reason, and just to make yourself empower yourself to in a sense of creative prowess.
Yeah, you've risen through to the very top now.
Yeah.
I remember one of my sweetest moments of watching you perform was on Coca-Cola.
Yeah, Hook Studio.
Yeah,
Coke Studio.
yeah,
yeah,
Coke
yeah, yeah,
Studio,
yeah.
yeah.
That
With-
whole adventure,
with,
that whole
yeah.
experience, how did they add up to you? Because that tune you did with Chidima,
Chidima, yeah.
that is like a
And Salty
classic
Soul,
one.
Salty
And Salty
Soul.
Soul.
Yeah.
That's a classic one.
Yeah, it's a. I think it was a life changing experience. I think I was before I went there. I hadn't been any like huge platform. The only platform I had been on, I think, is VGMA, and their level of the way they work is different, and so I learned a lot from them. They made me feel a certain way. They made me understand that what I have is important. They made me feel like you're an artist and we are here because of you, and you're extremely important. Anything you need, let us know. So I started asking myself what I need because I didn't even know what I needed.
Yeah.
Because where I'm from, you have to do a shish, pa 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 pa, then you leave. But there, like everything is, and
the
it's
time to
and
get
yeah,
it
take
done.
your time to do things. They plan ahead. Maybe I haven't been in spaces here that has done that yet. That's
Okay.
why. But I would say that they really showed me some level of professionalism that I hadn't experienced yet. And after that, I think I went to Hungary, performed with Senator Gadu, and that also topped, performing for like 50,000 people is different, and then you're on a different stage, and
Yeah.
then Kendrick Lamar is on another
On
stage
that
somewhere,
stage, whoa.
and it's like it's crazy. Yeah. So it's every space has its own thing like that you can learn from and unlearn from. Yeah.
But I'm sure you hear this a lot, and ladies, after this, you come in. I'm sure you hear this a lot that the kind of song that they do, then some other people, like you've mentioned, people, it's not commercial music, so how they blow and make their money. But yet again, you're able to perform in front of 50,000 people in other countries. So which one is it for you?
It's just markets, like it's markets. And then when you travel and you meet people, you understand that there are so many types of music that people are enjoying or taking into consideration. If there is a festival, example, Seagate Festival, the biggest festival in Europe, actually, it has over 20 stages. Right, it has an African stage, it has a hip hop stage, it has a stage for the biggest artists, the ones that are coming, the biggest ones, and you realize that there's groups of people everywhere. There's like 50,000 people here, there's 20,000 people here, there's 10,000 people here, there's 5,000 people here, and then the big stage is probably 70 to 80,000 people. So why would you limit yourself to a space that you know very well that you need marketing and a global team to push you? You understand? If you do not have that, then you have to find ways of still surviving as an artist and creating. That's the most important thing. Like creating, you need to create. You have to always create. That's the reason why we started doing music in the first place. And the word blow is nice, but it's also not nice when you blow and you fall. You can't come up again.
You don't want to blow, and then before you know, we can't hear what you were
because
doing
you
and all
didn't
that.
blow with your own prowess. You blew with somebody's help, which is fine.
Yeah.
But if you don't know how to survive as an artist and you blow just like that, it will be hard for you to catch up and do the same thing again.
No, I mean, from everything that you were talking about, is to say that, marketing is a good tool. If you don't have the right marketers or the right team, which means that you might not
Exactly,
be out there.
exactly.
But then again, I want to take you back a little bit. I mean, in this media space, we've had a lot of stories. We've heard a lot. We've had people tell us about how they had to sleep in the studios, different stories. Some believable, some quite unbelievable. But then I want you to tell us a bit about your journey. Was it rosy? How easy was it? Has it been, getting here?
Nah, it wasn't rosy. Like, it wasn't Missy Rosary. It wasn't rosy at all. We were walking from where's this place? From Jowolu to Odoko and back.
Wait.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jolu to Odoko.
Jowolu to Odoko.
So we pass Jowolu, enter inside, go past Nyamechere. Nyamechere, you go past official town, then go Odoko.
Oh.
That's the time when we didn't have a studio. We needed a space to work, and so Chris Atto had a space in Jowolu, and he was into movies. I think that's when he was on that South African tent, exactly. And so I was doing graphics for him, and I was also doing sound scoring for him with one of our mates where I started doing music,
Okay.
Supreme Rights. And so sometimes when we are done and we are going home, money no day, so we don't fit pictures. We go work from job, we'll go out. And you have to see everybody off before you go to your place. So this is just one story. Another one is I slept in Europe. I slept in a couch in a studio for like a month. In Europe, yeah, I slept in a couch. It was a studio. We went there to work on a project. And so I slept in a couch for like a month and a half, yeah.
Just to say that, I mean, music, there are some people that they'll say that music somehow, or even their career, just catch up along with them along the way. Yeah. But then from what you're saying, it means that music has been something you always wanted to do.
Growing up, I think I was painting more than doing music. Okay. I think it was after high school that I was home, and I was bored, and then I wanted to do something too. I wanted to add something to art. And I was listening to radio a lot, and I wanted to learn how to play beats, and I started playing beats and all that. So it wasn't like something I started doing from like a younger age. Art, maybe, painting, drawing, that's what I've been doing since I was young, yeah.
Okay, so let's look at brand focus here. When we interview other artists and we ask them to name the artists that are possibly can win Grammys, your name comes up. But when we talk about locally, artists that are doing so well, your name is not so there. They know you for your creativity, that you're good with what you do. As Nanaya said, your lyrics and all that. But what is the problem? Because when I listen to your songs, like Wolasi is good. Why doesn't he have the views? When we were coming for the interview, I was even asking Nanaya about it. That have you checked Wolasi's views? And she was like, oh yeah, she has checked it. And I just kept on thinking about it. Wolasi is good. Why? What is the problem?
I don't think the word problem is what you should use.
Okay.
And like you said locally, right?
Yeah. So that's why I asked about the brand focus. So that means you're not focusing on the Ghanaian market.
I'm not focusing on anybody. I'm focused on my music and how I want to grow. I can't be always in the same circle trying to focus on how. If you want to focus on Ghanaians and you want to make it in Ghana, you probably have to even change your language. You have to speak Twi. Let's not forget, you are targeting a market that is the most spoken language is Akan or Twi.
Yeah.
And so if you want to target the market and you want to reach people and let them understand you, you have to use the language often. I don't.
Yeah.
I use Pidgin English, Ewe.
Yeah.
I only have one song that is in Ewe, it's in Twi on my album. So it's, if you want to acquire the local, popularity, it is fine. It's good, and it can bring you whatever you want. But I don't think it's something that I really want, because I have seen some people and I have seen things that I want too. And if I want that, I have to let go of some things to get that. And it might take a longer time, but I have to be me home.
Yeah.
True. But then one thing you love about Wolasi's live performances is that whenever he's performing, he has his own nature of crowd. Yeah. The audience are always singing along and they are vibing to that. On the back of what Harriet said, when that keeps coming, generally as an artist, like, how does it make you feel?
It pushes me. I draw inspiration from my fans, honestly. They push me to work more. Some of them even give me suggestions, and I take them. Some also text me. Last time, a fan texted me that he or she was depressed and wanted to, I don't want to talk about it, but and we have conversations.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to also connect with your fans.
Then you are very close with your fans.
Somehow I try.
It's not like somehow you are always close to your fans.
Yeah,
like you mentioned,
I have to. I love my fans, man. I love the way they connect.
The advice bit. I think I've seen a performance where after the performance you ask the mic to go around, you talk to people and the advice bit. Yeah. I've seen that part. But then, Wolasi, how would you describe the landscape of African music now?
This question, yeah.
Why?
What give
This
you
is
shit,
why.
sir?
I'm asking it on the back of the music you do. The music you do, you have your crowd, you have the people you look out for.
Yeah.
And now there's a whole new trend going on in Africa where people are into the Afro wave,
Beats.
Yeah,
Afro
yeah,
beat, Afro.
Yeah.
So I'm just asking.
Oh, ask again. Maybe I wasn't paying attention.
I said,
Please.
how would
The
you
landscape.
describe the landscape
landscape.
of African music at the moment?
The landscape is big. I'm just messing
Yeah, I
with you.
get it.
I think it's traveling really fast. 2 years ago, my Spotify review was the number of countries actually was Ghana, Nigeria, UK, US, and then this year it was Ghana, US, UK, Germany, France.
Okay.
So you realize that even Africans are not necessarily listening to Africans as much as the world is
Yes,
listening to
that's
us.
true.
Yeah.
So that's what I can say
Yeah.
according to what me I
Yeah,
see.
yeah, yeah.
Can we sustain it?
But the landscape there, I don't know. Is it?
Okay, let's take the landscape.
Can
Can we sustain it? Because there's this trend where every time something, a sort of a genre rules.
yeah.
There's hip hop,
Yeah.
there's grime,
Yeah.
there's drill.
Yeah.
Now it's Afrobeat.
We'll always Africans or African creatives will always sustain it because we are survivors. We are struggling. You know, the country is not as smooth as every place in the world.
Yeah.
And so what we thrive on is entertainment and creativity. And so we have no excuse not to shine in our creative spaces.
yeah.
So it will always thrive unless things get better and Sika is not making the day again. Then maybe
You know, they say if you want to be something, you work with people who are like-minded. You know, looking at you, we may not see you always at the events, but Kojo Q, Senator Gadu, my favorites, Akan.
yeah.
You are always around these people.
Jules. Yeah.
Manifest.
Juice.
Jews.
Yeah.
What is it with that kind of, company, and what does it do to you as an artist, moving around people, creatives like that? I mean,
Manifest.
yeah,
It
I mentioned manifest,
challenges you as an artist. Like we have to be honest with each other. Like some people like doing the same thing over and over again. It's their thing. Like they love it. I mean I can't. It's hard for me. Like it gets boring at a certain point. And so these people you've mentioned, they like challenging themselves. And I like that. I like somebody that can throw me a challenge. You send me a beat I've never heard before. You ask me to do something. Like Jules can send you a beat that you've never heard before.
And his beats are always
and his
unique,
beats
yeah.
are crazy. Like he's on WizKid's album. He's on Burna Boy's album. Like you understand the difference between. The variety is huge.
Yeah.
So it challenges you as an artist to also be quite intelligent when you are creating. And also too, I want to enter other spaces. I don't want to be in the same space, one space every day, be the same people that hear you, the same people that are listening to you. It's nice to have different people, old, young, foreigners, British, Russians. Everybody is enjoying the music. And that way you can also learn from other cultures, it's nice.
Let's talk about our talent. I mean, time is.
What the time is going? I'm not talking about my show.
Yeah, we'll talk about
exactly.
it.
Let's talk about that as well.
Because
Because
funny enough, the VTRs, the guys in the control, the producers, the technical guys, they said they are loving the conversation. So we're supposed to go for a break, but they said we won't go for a break. Yes, so we'll continue. But then let's talk about come 9th December. What is happening? What should we expect? I know that it will be at Alliance France.
Yeah.
Yes, and the story.
Yes, and the story. So the story is about a mother. It's a story that everybody is going to relate to, everybody can relate to, or would relate to, and those who have forgotten to relate to it will also be reminded to relate to it. It's a story about a mother that has been through suffering. First of all, I always do live band performances, but now we are going to do live band, and a story is going to be told by the Cats. They're a group of actors and directors and dancers from University of Ghana.
Okay.
And they are going to play out the story. The story is about a mother that has suffered through, varieties of men. The men come into her life and they leave. They come into her life, they leave. They just disappoint her all the time, and she's just looking for the right man. And the children are also tired of listening to the mom always supporting these men who come, lie, and leave, come and lie and leave. And the mother is representing Ghana, and then the husbands or the men that come into her life represents the presidents that are coming into Ghana and leaving. And then so the ending is going to be something that I believe that people must watch. And if you don't watch it, we'll record it and put it on social media afterwards. But basically, the last husband is the current president. So
Wow. So
Yeah.
we have to go through the steps of the first, second, or the other ones before the last.
yes, that was the last one.
Wow.
Then
Well-
she's really suffering.
Oh, she has suffered. They just
She has suffered.
still-
Okay.
she's
they
still
just
suffering.
yes they just come into her life and
Oh,
pull out,
yes.
come in, pull out.
Especially with her current husband.
I mean, but it's a cool 100 Ghana cedis.
Yes.
Alliance Française is just here. I
A
always say that
cool
if
100
you go
Ghana
to
cedis.
Alliance Française, it's one of the coolest places
Yes,
to
yes,
actually.
yes. Chill, relax, everything.
Charlie.
And after the 9th and the second week, I'll also be having a show at Sandbox Beach. That is quite small crowd, and
Cool, intimate place.
that is different. The price
No
will come out
tickets.
later. There is tickets. There's a lot of
Some-
tickets.
Sandbox.
Do you want them to slap me?
So what affairs? Which artists are we seeing coming to help you out?
This time, I know people will be disappointed and they'll be like, why? I know, but this time,
It's just you?
the story is just me. The story is more important. Akan is going to be passing
Oh,
through. Maybe Abiana is going to be passing through. Abiana.
Okay.
She has to respond. But anyways, Akan, Abiana, and then Senku Live, obviously, and then the cat will also be there to perform. But this time we are trying to reduce the performance.
Reduce the performances,
Yeah,
so
it
we
has.
should-
The story is more important to me. I need to record things that
Yeah.
can be used as a material for studying history or something. You know,
True.
that's where we are trying to
Yeah.
go to.
But Wolasi, I know you take the album bits by bits, and probably you perform with it, some
Yes,
of them.
yes.
But let's talk about the first track.
First track,
That's a chant.
chant. Yes,
You were chanting.
I wasn't chanting. I was.
It
it's-
sounded like you were chanting.
You see, it's like there's something we call affirmations, you know, and because you use affirmations, everybody says, but because you use affirmations, but it's the same thing as chanting. It's not necessarily chanting. It's how we have perceived what chant is.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, growing up, I grew up a Catholic, and you have to recite the rosary.
Yeah.
You know, Hail Mary, Hail Mary,
Yeah.
40 times. The moment you repeat something constantly, it becomes a chant.
Chant.
Yeah, if you are Jamasef, it be chant.
Yeah.
You know, so I just want to use that word to draw attention to people to understand that the chant is not only something that is used in a very negative way, but
Yeah.
we use it all the time.
Yeah.
Christians use it all the time. Soldiers use it all the time for entertainment. Spiritual people also use it for affirmations.
True.
You know, and so that's what chant is about. Yeah.
And the album is dope. You have to. Everybody has
Thank you.
to listen
Listen
to
to
it.
it.
But let's talk about track number 7. That's 4 years.
4 years. I just get in trouble for
I
it.
love it.
She was trouble. Yeah, she was
Why
trouble.
not?
Yeah, she was trouble.
Why?
Definitely
Please,
have to bring you back.
Which
in
camera
there.
am I looking at? Is it that one? Those ones.
Yeah.
Please, 9th December. Don't let this album to.
You should come like
9th
that.
December. Please
Yeah.
come. Alliance Française, 6 p.m. 100 Ghana cities. Come with your family.
Yeah.
I have fans who are kids that are also coming.
Yeah.
So come with. It's all ages. It's a show for all ages. Come with a
I just hope that you could
So-
meet your biggest fan in this building, Joe Titevia of our IT team. Charlie,
Yeah.
got to blast the album every day in the newsroom.
So you said 4 years, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And shout out to Senku Live for producing that album. Sorry for not doing that earlier. 4 years is just about 4 years. You know, every 4 years we're doing the same thing. Every
Yeah.
4 years people are doing the same thing. We are voting for the same people. They are doing the same thing.
things.
They are delaying the roads, and every 4 years they'll bring it back. They'll start doing the road. You know, it's just the same repetitive behavior of us, the people, and the leaders as well. That's just basically what it's about. Yeah.
But you know, sing Work Up song.
No,
That's that song.
no.
Well, that's
I know they do that.
that.
No, it's not. It's not like.
I
I
was just
don't,
asking.
no, it's just I don't.
But they follow the Work Up.
I don't. I don't have TV.
have TV. But
But you do support Black Stars, right?
I support Ghana, so I support Black Stars. Yeah, I support. I hope they win.
Unlike somebody that I know.
You know,
She's here.
So why do you know
She
they
doesn't
support
support
Ghana?
Black Stars.
No, I mean it's hard for me to watch the matches, extremely hard. So I don't want to, go through that. Because I love Ghana so much that it's,
You
it's hard to watch.
You see?
It's hard to watch. So I just wait for the results.
Yeah, the results.
And I'm like, yeah.
Well,
play.
thank you so much. Thank you for coming.
Thank
But
you too for
maybe
coming.
give me 30 seconds. Look at that. Like, I want to make you do it.
But you go do one plus me. Nkea, mother baby. You dey kill me inside. This babe driving me crazy. I'll be go, she be digger. Or you do then come digger, I'm sure. But I thought you were a singer. Why I'm broke, go figure, sure. What's good?
Okay. So that was, and the song was also in aloe vera, though.
Yes.
Big one. Charlie, thank you
Thank
so
you
much
too.
for coming. We'll
Thank
be
you for
there.
having me.
I will be there.
Yes.
I will be there.
I was there.
If I don't see you there,
We have
Oh,
to
me, I'll be there.
We have
don't
to cover
make it.
it.
For me,
I'll watch them on
see me,
face. I'm not saying they're not going to
Me,
come.
I won't go anywhere, but Alliance fans said
You come.
Alliance
I
fans
was there
said
the last time for a movie. What was that movie called? Wildfire. So I need to
Yeah.
be there for this one.
Alliance
also,
one
one
said,
of us.
yeah.
Charlie, thank you for
I'll be
coming.
expecting
on the
you guys.
9th
On
of
the 9th,
December.
yes.
On the 9th of December.
If
we
you
all
really
have-
want to come, I
a
can
week
put
from
you on
tomorrow.
the guest list. I'm not playing. So
Yeah.
just
Oh,
give me your
please,
full
please
name.
do, because we need
Give me your
to
full
come
name.
and
Oh, we have to
guard as
support
well.
100 cities.
Yeah.
Come and support.
We'll support.
Support.